Hello guys, today we're talking about the show of shows, Wrestlemania, and its predictions. Are you ready? Yeah! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. We are days away from Wrestlemania, the show of shows, the grand show of shows, the event of the year. It's bigger than Christmas. Polo, how excited are you right now?
Oh, so excited.
Wow. Wow!
No, yeah, I'm getting more excited.
It still feels like years away.
For me, it's like Christmas. I don't get excited until possibly the last couple of days before. So now I'm starting to get more excited. The predictions are getting more harder, to be honest.
And we've got a lot of predictions to talk about today. We are literally knocking them out. Polo is on the list of the card that he's not shown me, and I'm not just saying this for you viewers. He has not shown me. I have
Obviously,
no idea.
there's a few you know. But
Obviously, yeah, I know roughly what the card is, but Polo's been on the down low.
What we want to point out quickly there's 3 days left.
Wow.
There shouldn't be. It's WrestleMania, but if any matches happen to get added, I mean, Raw and SmackDown are over. If on the WWE Network or Twitter or whatever, if any more matches are announced, we're not gonna add them to our prediction thing, because if they haven't been added, then they're clearly not that important.
Right,
We've predicted the main 15 matches are on the card. There could be another random one added, just for people to have a toilet break or whatever. But so there you go. So if any more matches are added and you see, they haven't predicted that, tough, we're not doing it.
Right, so let's crack on. So we are basically giving you the predictions of the card to WrestleMania. So what is up first on the card?
In no order, we're going to start off with the kickoff show.
Ooh, what's the kickoff show? How
Whatever.
many matches on it?
Well, at the minute it looks like there's 3.
Wow, 2 hour show as usual on the main event.
So the first one is the Women's Battle Royal.
I'll be brutally honest. I love the women now. I think they're up there, better than they've ever been, but I really do not care.
To be honest, I can't really predict who's going to win, but there's one thing I am 100% sure of, and that is I don't really care, to be honest.
So just agree to disagree and just say
not to be harsh, but you look at people like Asuka, who was in last year's WrestleMania. I think it was last year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, she that was when she finally got beaten by Charlotte.
Well, she got beaten by Charlotte. She was challenging for the title. A year later, it looked like she was going to go in with the title. She gets beaten literally a week before WrestleMania. She's in the Battle Royal. How things can change. Look at Becky Lynch. Last year, she was in the Battle Royal pre-show. This year, she's not only on the main card, not only challenging for the women's title, but she's in the main event of WrestleMania. How things can change.
Look at Mr. Come On, who won the Royal Rumble last year.
Yep. But it's a prediction video. If I had to predict someone to win the Battle, I'll go for Asuka. To be honest, maybe to redeem herself. But it's a shame when you look at people like Mandy Rose and
Mandy Rose is growing,
and all that. It's a shame they're in the Battle, but I'm going to go for Asuka on that one.
You know what? Just to be different.
2 sets.
Just to be different, I'm going to say Carmella. Just because since she's changed the hair colour, not only has she made herself even more attractive than she already was, but she just seems. Anyway, she seems to be really. I don't know, she seems to be getting really pushed by WWE, so I think that Carmella could win the Battle Royal.
So you're going Carmella?
Yeah, why not? I'll be different. Part of me wants to say Asuka, but then I'm thinking... So,
straight away, 2 different predictions. Right, second is the Men's Battle Royal, which I'm annoyed, but I can... I'm a little bit more...
Can I just say, I agree with what you always say about Battle Royals. It's almost like you see a couple in there like Gold Dust and that, where you're like, oh yeah, wicked, and then because it's just a battle royal and everyone's in there, loads of people in there, it just goes blah blah blah, and you don't really care till the final 6, and they're like, oh, it's going to be not Braun Strowman, but be like the Big Show and I don't know, flipping what's it go with a guitar or someone like that. It'd be like them.
It will be Braun Strowman because he's actually in it.
So Braun Strowman probably wins.
So I'm going to go with Strowman for that one. I really hope one of these stupid them 2 little celebs are in. I really hope one of them doesn't win.
Who are they against?
They're in the Battle Royal. The ones that Strowman's like want to get his hands on. They're in it.
Right, I'm going to make a really annoying prediction, folks. The two celebs, and I can't remember what they're called now because we're English and we have no idea who they are. But I'm going to make a prediction and say they're suddenly going to win it.
They're going to both team up on Strowman, do you think?
Yeah, and they'll win it as a team also, or one of them win it.
Right, so I'm going for Strowman.
Ruin it! See, we're different.
And you're going for
the
two nobodies.
Yeah.
So
and as you said the other day, Polo, next year Hall of Fame, Hall of Famers.
Yeah. I'm going to put next year on there. I'm going to put NFL because I'm pretty sure that's to do with NFL. I don't care. They should have.
We know who they are.
Yeah, they should really have something to do with AIDS, but there you go.
Right, next one.
Next one is the Cruiserweights.
So I like the Cruiserweights.
Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. I don't even know who this Tony Nese is, to be honest.
I know roughly. I've only seen him in like one match. And I think the 205 Live guys are really underrated sometimes. I really feel they should get a bit of a push, and it's always seemed to be like it's becoming a bit like the modern day Heat, and I'm sure most of you know what that is, which was a pointless show back in the Attitude Era. But I don't know who are the two again.
Murphy versus Tony Nese.
I say Murphy.
Yep, I'm going for Murphy as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say Murphy.
Right, so that's the pre-show.
That's just the pre-show.
And
so by this time you go to the toilet, you run back out, and you're like, "Come on, still chair, go!"
So now for the main one, and this is not in any particular order. We've got the tag team title match, the SmackDown tag team titles, the Usos versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Bar versus Nakamura and Rusev. Talk about just squeezing everybody into one.
Who's the second team?
One match.
Aleister Black and
Ricochet.
Give me the four teams again.
Usos defending their tag titles against Black and Ricochet,
Like
Bar,
Usos.
and Rusev and Nakamura.
Well, I've got a feeling the Bar are going to ruin movie night.
Nah. Okay, we can only go for the Bar.
No, I want to say Aleister Black and whoever his partners.
Okay, so you're going for...
Push 'em. Hopefully they'll push them, because it's WrestleMania, isn't it? They always get pushed. And then next night on Raw, they'll lose it.
Yeah. So you're going for Black. You're going for Black and Ricochet.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to stick with the Usos on this one.
Fair play, fair play.
So already we could be 1-0 up or 2-1 up or whatever.
This be a sign.
Okay. Breathe. Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Now they ruined it on Raw. As I'll just carry on. How rude of you.
Wow!
They ruined it on Raw because Finn Balor has announced that he's going to be the Demon.
He is going to be the Demon.
Yeah.
He's going to win them.
Yeah.
Or they ruin it and they lose for the first time ever.
Balor's just pretty much predicted the most obvious match on the card by being the Demon. But to reveal it on Raw was a bit... It's took the excitement out of it a little bit. Why didn't he just show up at WrestleMania? Why announce it on Raw? And then at the end, he was just...
Yeah, I think
he was just on the top.
About it.
He was on the Timetron talking to Bobby Lashley, said, "Oh, I've got my demons, blah blah blah," and the Demon will see you at WrestleMania. And then his face changed to the Demon. He was just like, that was it.
Wow.
So
there's no...
This match I was annoyed about anyway. If it came to WrestleMania and Balor came out as a Demon, I'd be like, okay, that's put a little bit of oomph into the match. But because he's announced himself as the Demon, it's Finn Balor all the way for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. And if I'm brutally honest, I don't really care in this particular match.
Yep.
It's WrestleMania, I feel I should care. So far, I'm bored.
Next is a questionable match. And it's Samoa Joe defending his US title against Rey Mysterio. Bearing in mind Rey Mysterio
has
hurt his ankle on Raw against Baron Corbin. So if Rey's going to be there, he might be, or he just depends if he heals in 3 days. Well, he was on Raw, so he's having 6 days to heal. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be right. But for that one, Rey Mysterio can take a loss. I'm going to go for Joe defending on this one.
I'm going to say Rey Mysterio.
You're going to go for Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
So I did go for Rey first, but I thought...
Joe's going to
I think Joe missed out on last year's WrestleMania, I think. I can't remember if he did or not. I can't remember.
I know, yeah, it's that long ago. So much has happened in the year in WWE.
Yeah. Next, The Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Oh, see, this goes back to a conversation we had a few weeks ago about why does everybody have to turn on each other at WrestleMania? It's just almost like, oh, wow. And to be fair, I really like them as a tag team, best in the world, whatever. And I just found it worked. It's almost like, why does all teams, or stables, whatever you call them, why do they all have to turn on each other all the time?
Yeah.
So...
Unless you're the New Day or the Bar.
Unless you're the New Day or the Bar. But what's best for business, it will happen at some point.
Yeah, more on that later.
I will say... as is the heel, I'm going to say that the Miz has been... He's been on fire, hasn't he, really? On and off. So I want to go in the Miz.
You're saying the Miz will get redemption?
Because Shane loses every WrestleMania he's at, pretty much, from what I can remember. But Shane will pull off. I mean, let's be honest, regardless, what we really want to see is what Shane can jump off. Are they going to make it a cage at the last minute, or is he going to jump off a Titantron, or jump off the top of the ring, or whatnot? He's going to jump off something, isn't he? Or if it's in the crowd and jumps off into the... That's what we want to see. We love watching Shane literally killing himself.
So you're going for the Miz. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Shane, for the first time in years, is a heel. Hence why I'm picking Shane. I think he's going to win dirty, and then Miz will get some retribution maybe at the next pay-per-view for his dad. And so I'm going for Shane, because Shane, at the last few WrestleManias, is apart from last year when he teamed up with Danny Bryan, he's lost. So I'm wondering, is being a heel suddenly gonna win? So I'm gonna go for Shane. To be honest, on that one.
That's a good shout.
I can. When I picture it in my head, I can actually see Shane winning more than Miz. Actually, when I picture in my head, I can see Miz in the ring, hands on his head, Shane walking out really smug. Whereas in the other way around, I can't picture Miz winning this for some reason.
It'd almost be too predictable if Miz was always the heel and Shane was the babyface. Yeah. So it'd be nice to see this, but regardless, I want to see Shane jumping off stuff.
He will.
It's going to happen through tables, through what in the crowd.
There's going
to be blood in this match.
I've actually got another prediction. Actually, Shane's either going to win dirty, or I can actually imagine Miz taking a page out of Shane's book and actually jumping off something and screwing it up. Being like, hey, look, because remember the whole daddy thing, like dad saying, go up on the top rope and do this move, and it cost him at Fastlane. I can see Miz being like, I can do this, I'm going to jump off something stupid, and it's going to bite him in the ass, and Shane's going to capitalise.
That's a really good point.
So so you can't change your prediction.
No, I'm still going to say Miz, but I'll be quite happy if Shane wins, to be fair, as long as he does normal Shane O'Mac stuff, and as he's a heel, he'll probably come out like rather than his usual money.
Yeah, he'll probably come out with no chance in hell. Next, the returning Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
It's got to be Roman, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about that.
That's just like...
For weeks, McIntyre's took out the whole Shield single-handedly, and now Roman. It's got to be
the new Shivel will win it, and
a fit-in comeback, I suppose.
Because the stuff that's happened to him, God bless him and all that. It's a brilliant story, well not story, it's real life. It's brilliant that he's recovered from his condition.
I think it's going to be...
So, I suppose, for fans and everybody, it would just be nice to see him win, I suppose. But I do feel for Drew McIntyre, only because a few months ago they were proper pushing him, and now he's like, mid-card.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be in the Battle Royal, he could be on the pre-show, so being in the ring with Roman will do him a lot of good. I feel they're going to maybe go with this rivalry quite a bit longer. I think Roman will win at WrestleMania, McIntyre will win at the next pay-per-view, and then they'll have another one, and Roman will win, then they'll go their separate ways.
As long as they don't do what they have been doing more recently, and let's have two people and make them face each other for 20 times.
They could do that.
Because that really grates me.
Right, next, regardless as to who it is, Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin or question mark. This I'm quite worried now because it's getting so close unless Corbin gets taken out on the night.
See, originally it was Corbin, which is a huge movie night, which basically means I'm angry about it. Then it was...
Yeah, it basically means it's
then it was like...
terminal illness.
Yeah, then it was... Surely it's got to be someone like John Cena, or someone's had a big rivalry with him, or... it's his retirement match. You know what I mean? Kurt Angle, minus people like The Rock and Austin, Kurt Angle was one of my favourite wrestlers in that Attitude Era, and I'm sure you'd agree with that. And in his day, I mean, fair play to him now, even though it's like watching our dad wrestle now, bless him. but he is still a legend and always will be a legend. But back in the day, he was probably the best technical wrestler ever in WWE, period. In just his mat skills, his wrestling methods, everything. And to be retired by, no offence, a newbie, okay, it could be, but it's not even passing the torch. It's literally, it just feels like it's against anybody just because he's had a bit of a rivalry recently. It should be against someone who's had a massive thing against him, or even if he was passing the torch to the next, I don't know, I'd rather him go against Seth or Roman. I know that can happen because of the storylines, but it just feels, that would be respectable, if you see what I mean, because he'd be sort of passing the torch. Or if there was another technical wrestler like that Apollo guy or someone like, like a similar sort of talent that he's passing the torch to, I would back. Maybe beating John Cena because that was the person who sort of came out and started their career a bit with. Or I can't think of his big rivalries. Obviously, he had big ones with Austin, didn't he, back in the day? And
yeah, I mean, there's people that you can't really go into. Like people like Edge and Guerrero and all them. I mean, it could have been Cena, but I mean, you look at other retirements like Ric Flair, who retired him? Shawn Michaels, who retired him? The Undertaker, who retires Kurt Angle? Baron Corbin. Yeah, it doesn't sound.
It doesn't seem right.
I'd
rather just Triple H just pedigree.
But I'm gonna.
I want him to win.
If it's
but I want him to win.
If it's Kurt and Corbin, I'm gonna go for Kurt. If it's Kurt and somebody else, I'm gonna go with Kurt on this one. Surely. Kurt.
I mean, can you imagine balloons, confetti, or whatever you call it?
Yeah. Even if he gets absolutely battered afterwards, as long as he's won.
Yeah, and then he gets at the end, and milk gets splurted everywhere, and
milk, hard-boiled eggs,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
I'll go with Team Kurt.
Okay, next one. This for me is the hardest one to predict. Before we even did this video, I tried to think who needs it more. Who can I see their hand being raised? I still can't predict. We might have to come back to this one for me.
Who needs it?
And that's AJ versus Randy Orton. I'm stuck on this one. I really am. Because this could be
because either of them could win it.
Brilliant match, this one.
This could be, I'll be brutally honest now, this could be absolutely awesome or medium class. I'm sorry, but that is the truth of it. But I'm going to say AJ just because he's only been in WWE, 2 or 3 years, and I feel personally it's time AJ got pushed. I know he has had his bit, but I do feel that AJ should be up there with the Shield members all the time as one of the top, because he is one of the best wrestlers in modern wrestling history, and he has the it factor, as Vince likes to call it, and it's time he was up there, not just, agenda, gets the title a couple of times, and then he should be up there like Rock and Austin were back in the day. He should be up there winning titles, not like... So that's why I want AJ to win. So he wins at WrestleMania and then goes into the rest of 2019 winning titles, headlining pay-per-views, and getting up there with the likes of Roman and Seth and Drew McIntyre. Do you know what I mean? I think in the last possible way, Randy Orton's, he's like Cena, doesn't really need it. He's been the world, 13 times or whatever it is. And when we go to watch it live, I love watching Randy Orton. He's absolutely brilliant in the ring. I love him as a character, but he doesn't need this. I feel it's time that AJ got back up there as one of the top carders. I know you could say he is, but he's not. And won at WrestleMania and then catapulted into stardom.
So you're going for AJ?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Orton. AJ.
You have AJ?
Orton.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, final answer.
Yes.
Right, now here we go for this is the match where if you fancy taking a nap, then please do so. Yes. It's exactly it.
Oh no.
It's the Boss and the Hug versus Nia and Tamina versus them annoying women.
Oh, the Iconics.
Versus Natalia and Beth. I'm gone. I don't care. I'm sticking with the hug. Even though I don't want them to. That usually goes the way if you want them to.
Probably a Nia Jax and her partner.
If you don't want them to, they do. That's usually a way in pay-per-view. So, who I want to win is different to who's going to win. I'd probably like to see. No one. To be honest, I actually don't want any of these teams to win.
Well, I've got a feeling that Beth.
I'd like them all to just be gassed out and just not be able to compete. I don't want any of them to win. To be honest, I don't care.
As Beth came out of retirement,
which is a spoiler that she won't.
To just do WrestleMania and disappear. Is it for a tag?
It's for the Boss and Hugs stupid little titles.
Been that a big thing in the
I'm
first
actually being quite salty towards it.
There's
a bit of spice on the end of my tongue.
The first women's tag.
Yeah, it's the Boss and Hugs.
You just don't back them.
No.
That's fair play. I'm gonna say I want to say Beth and Nia, but I've got a feeling
Beth and Natalia.
You know what I mean. But I've got a feeling that she's probably going to do WrestleMania and then go back to announcing or disappearing. So I'm going to go with Nia Jax and whatever.
Ooh, that's bold. You sure?
Yeah, why not?
So you're going for
because she's all like, yeah, look at me, I'm different.
So you're going for Team Big. Next up, and calm down, don't go like hyper like you usually do.
Wow.
Triple H versus Batista.
What's best for business? Well, I'm going to be brutally honest. I've not won at WrestleMania for what feels like forever. So it's time I did.
And the fact
what's best for business.
And the fact if he loses, he retires. That's kind of giving it away, really.
Yeah, he can't retire. He's
fitter
than most people in it.
Even if he did lose, give it 4 or 5 years, it will come out of retirement. So what's the point? But I think this will be a good match as long as it doesn't go on too long. It's going to be Batista's last match as well.
I'm gonna get shot now by Polo. I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be a good match, but I've never been that bothered about Batista. Sorry. I don't know why. Maybe because he's got the same name as me. I don't know. There's this thing about him. I don't know. I know. Wow.
You clearly didn't watch him from 2005 to 2010.
No, I went 15.
Batista was brilliant.
I know.
He's a bit laggy now. Obviously, he's 50 years old.
I don't know. Maybe that's been the time I wasn't watching it for a few years. Maybe.
I mean, Triple H has got the worst record of WrestleMania, so
yeah, he'll probably just lose anyway, won't he? I'm going to back the game. You know what? As much as we used to hate him back in the day, I've got a lot of respect for the game. Now, now we're getting older and I'm learning about the psychology and what goes into making all these pay-per-views rather than just when you were kids, like, yeah, Rock and Austin, yeah. So I've gained personally, regardless of the pros and cons, I've gained a lot of respect for the game and for him in real life.
It's actually been quite good how they've actually done it. Like Triple H doing that speech, and then on Raw recently, Batista came out, didn't say anything, just pointed at the time John, showing a couple of minutes of all the times Triple H has lost to Batista. Then Batista just went right up to the camera, took his sunglasses off and went, "Hunter, kiss my ass," and just dropped the microphone. But I mean, it's going to be one of them old things like, Triple H has never beaten Batista, just like The Rock had never beaten Austin until WrestleMania. So now Triple H, it's going to be the whole, you've never beaten me, now you will. It's going to be one of them. Triple H is going to finally beat the animal, and then the animal's probably going to do what he usually does and just be like,
familiar.
Bye. Right. So we're both going for trips.
Yeah, why not?
So it's going to be Kratos versus Drax.
Can I just say it's the only storyline that I really, really back. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
I like the storylines are very tame.
Now, we're not going to do them individually, we're just going to run through these last 3.
Okay.
Right. We've got
that's literally mid.
The 3 main titles now. The women, the Universal and the WWE. A majority of people want Becky to win, a majority of people want Kofi to win, a majority of people want Seth to win. Sure, you can't help but feel that one of these heroes is going to fail to win their match. Which one is going to not because these are the 3 big titles can't all change hands, surely.
No,
someone's going to fail, and who's it going to be? And going back to earlier in the video when you said about earlier in the video when you said about all stables can stay together, I'm worried the New Day are going to cost Kofi his title.
What?
Out of jealousy, yeah.
You honestly think that?
Yeah.
What?
Or they're at least going to attack him after the match. I can just see it coming. Come on, all stable. What stables? Titles don't keep stables together. They split stables up. Look at Evolution when Randy Orton finally won the World Heavyweight. Triple H couldn't face it. Look at they don't stay together. They can't. It's not gonna. If Kofi wins the WWE title, the New Day ain't gonna.
He's lost New Day.
Yeah, the New Day ain't gonna look at that and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna stay in the tag team division for. Kofi's gonna. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm stuck. But as for Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda.
So I would say that's a massive step for WWE. The women finally main event in WrestleMania.
Yeah,
huge.
I'm worried Charlotte's going to win this, but surely that would be ballsy for WWE.
Ain't she already got the 8th title?
Yeah, both
she's beaten Trish Stratus now.
Yeah, both titles are on the line, so it's winner take all.
So basically, Charlotte doesn't work. I love Charlotte; she's brilliant. But Ronda Rousey, I won't be surprised if she won it, but I'm going to go with Becky Lynch just because I think she needs it the most.
Yeah,
because Charlotte doesn't need it as much as I love her. Ronda Rousey doesn't really need it, and to be fair, that'd be almost too obvious in a way, if you get what I mean. And let's face it, come on, Becky's going to win. But then again, it could be a huge storyline if they purposely know that and go, right, let's just make Charlotte or Ronda win, so then the crowd get even more behind Becky. But I just want Becky to win because I just feel it's her time now. Charlotte's like literally the Triple H of the women, and Ronda Rousey's like the Brock Lesnar of the women. So she doesn't need it, does she? It doesn't really matter. Well, I suppose it'd be huge because she hasn't won a title at WrestleMania as such, unless I'm getting complete Dumbledore. But I'm gonna say Becky just because that would be as it's the main event. What a way to end the night! And Becky Lynch finally wins at WrestleMania against the two best females in WWE at the moment, and what a way to just end the show rather than ruining it. And
yeah,
do you know what I mean? And just Charlotte wins again, or
so that's
Ronda.
One out of the three.
As for the two
heroes, so that means either Seth or Kofi's going to lose.
And going back to what you said, and I've been done with all again. Well, I've got a whole feeling that Brock's going to ruin it, just win again. It's just boring because you just know one-on-one, unless you're literally Goldberg. Okay, he beat him eventually, but that was only because he had to. You know, it's just one-on-one against Brock Lesnar, the beast. He just comes in. You know, if you're in a triple threat, you can maybe hide or you can get a cheap shot, work together. But one-on-one against Brock Lesnar, Seth, I love Seth, but it's like he's just going to get suplex, and then they get all like, going to do the stump, and then Brock will get bored and go gamma mode and be like, wow! But I'm going to say Seth to win, but I won't be surprised if Brock ruins moving on.
And does what?
And wins again.
So you're going for Seth, but you wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I'm still going to go with Seth. I'm going to back all the people that should win this. And as for the other match, what was the other match?
Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
Again, wouldn't that be awesome if Kofi wins? I must admit, I feel a bit bad about saying this actually. I do agree with Vince. He's no, you know, he just isn't.
Just isn't what?
But if he won...
Just isn't what?
I don't know.
He is no... Just isn't.
I don't know. He's not Seth, is he, or Roman? I know, I'm probably dulled for saying this, but then on the other flip side, if he won it, it'd be like the biggest thing since Mankind beating The Rock. I mean, how awesome would it be? Let's face it, give him a chance. If the crowd love him, why not? But then this is WWE, and like you said, New Day will probably get involved, and Daniel Bryan just, you know, yes.
Right, so let's finalise this. You're going Becky, Seth, and Kofi. So you're saying all three major titles will change hands?
Why not? That'd be epic. It's what's best for business.
Okay, I'm going to go for Becky.
Daniel Bryan.
Seth.
I won't be surprised if Daniel and Brock both ruin the movie.
I'm going for Becky as well, Seth as well. But I'm thinking I'm going to go for Daniel Bryan. I won't
be surprised if he won.
I think Eric Rowan's going to get involved. New Day are going to come out, get involved, and there's going to be some sort of distraction and miscommunication. New Day are probably going to inadvertently cost Kofi the title. I can't believe I'm saying this, man. About a week ago I was like, Kofi's going to finally win, but I'm thinking, this is WWE, man. I don't care what we want. Vince has clearly proved he's racist. Ooh. Okay, so
that is the match card. Is that agree?
That's the match card, and that's the match card.
So it's what's best for business. So guys, yeah, do you agree? So that is the match card. We're days away from WrestleMania. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you like this video, to like, subscribe and share.
And obviously
ring that bell to get more videos.
And the next time we do a video, one of us, me, will be Universal Champion. Because obviously this is all for a title. So yes, the next time you see me, I'll be the champion. That's fun, isn't it? Wow. Beating you. So yeah.
Wow.
And anyway, you guys rock.
Let's do it together. And you guys rock.